we've had a look at some soil condition where we've actually planted different cover crops. But don't forget that any growing crop in the soil is doing a similar job. This is an old vegetable trial that we're in right now, obviously Brussels sprouts. And these were doing the same job in terms of protecting the soil from earlier rain as a cover crop would do. So we've got these big umbrellas of leaves catching the rain, stopping it when these are upright, stopping that rain getting directly to the soil. And then throughout the winter, in this particular situation, the leaves have been dropping on the soil surface, covering the soil surface. Again, the rain's hitting these rather than hitting the soil surface, and then the frost's getting into them and they're rotting away. And we can see that the soil surface underneath where these leaves have been is more like a lunar landscape. It's full of little holes and divots and cracks, and worms have been coming up and down through it. It's not sitting with water. Water's infiltrating well into this soil. So we'll just have a look now and see what it's doing through the profile. So through this profile, we've still got the massive roots that the Brussels sprouts have been putting into the soil throughout the growing season. They're extending down through. No cap on the soil surface, so moisture again is moving down through the soil. It's in nice friable condition. It's got wormholes. Lovely aggregated condition up in the surface, and you can see these wormholes running through the surface of the soil, allowing water to penetrate down into the profile of the soil. And as we get down lower into the profile of the soil, again we can see that it's really well broken up. It's open, and water and roots are passaging through it quite readily. It's not as nice as where we've got the mix of different species cover crop roots through, so we've got upper and lower root architecture within the soil. But even so, this soil is in quite nice order underneath this old Brussels sprout crop. So don't forget what your crop residue and old growth of crop is doing for you. If these, particularly on these type of soils, if you've got Brussels stalks stood there for some time, they're actually doing you a really useful job in protecting your soil, feeding the biology in the soil, giving the worms something to engage with. And we've got some really nice worm activity in the upper part of this soil actually. You see little wormholes all the way through it. It's in really nice condition compared to where we were looking at that bare soil, capped off, water sitting in that top hinge. Completely different situation underneath this old Brussels sprout crop.